Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Friday, the 16th day of May 2025. Happy Friday to you. I hope you're all safe and healthy and that your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in health and those that are the first responders to try to save people's lives working together. Also, those that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People helping those that are victims of prostitution and child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery, and double curses on the perpetrators, profiteers, and perverts that create the demands that make these heinous industries exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, and veterans homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There's scheduled to be a basketball game tonight at Madison Square Garden. The New York Knicks will be hosting the Boston Celtics in Game 6 of the 7-game series. The Knicks lead 3-2 in this series. The last game, as we know, the Knicks got blown out by these same Celtics in Boston. Now, thing is, first, the Knicks had a game plan for the Celtics coming into the series, which was executed to perfection in the sense that they keyed on Jason Tatum. And with that keying on Jason Tatum, they took 2 in Boston, as we know, lost 1 in New York, and then took another one in Boston, take a 3-1 lead. Jason Tatum gets hurt with a minute and 44 seconds left in that game. Unfortunately, ruptures his Achilles tendon, as we know. So then coming into Game 5, the Celtics relied on another guy, Derrick White, as well as Payton Pritchard to go along with Jaylen Brown. Kind of threw the Knicks off. Couple of things threw the Knicks off. That, number one, because Tatum wasn't there. Number two, what threw the Knicks off was Tony Brothers. How could Jalen Brunson get 5 fouls in 1 quarter? That's not just a little, that's ridiculous. Okay? How can Jaylen Brown grab Josh Hart openly and purposely by the nuts and not get called for a foul? Not get called for a flagrant foul. So there was some shenanigans going on in Boston. But let's focus on the players. So in the 2 times that Boston has won, the combination of Derrick White and Payton Pritchard have been the most deadliest combination. We'll talk about Luke Cornett in a moment. But between the 2 of them, in the first win, they had 2 wins. The first win, they shot 8 of 16 from 3 combined. In that first win, Jason Tatum was there and he shot 5 threes. The second win, which Jason Tatum wasn't there, they shot 12 of 27. So between the 2 of them, they put up 27 threes. Now we know who the new Jason Tatum is that the Knicks need to key on. It's Derrick White. So, keys for tonight's win. Know where Derrick White is all the time. And usually you're probably going to have Mikal Bridges on him. And Mikal should know where he is at all times. Do not help, do not get lost. Stay with Derrick White. He's going to throw up threes anyway. But if you can cause him to have a poor shooting night, that will be a big step in getting us this dub. That's number 1. Number 2, the Payton Pritchard situation, I'm not as worried about, and I'll tell you why. When Deuce McBride is assigned to Payton, if he gets the Deuce card on him, he don't shoot as well. He's still also going to throw up a lot of threes. He was 5 of 14 this past win. He was 5 of 14, which is a little better than 30%. Okay, 5 of 14. And then in the previous win before that, when the Deuce card was put on him, he was, what was he? What was Payton Pritchard? For all the hoopla, he was, in that win, he was 5 of 10 from 3. So he shot the ball 50%. That was good for him. But I have to say, in that first win at Madison Square Garden, Deuce wasn't completely assigned to him all the time. I'm pretty sure today he will be. When that's the case, don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. Now, with respect to Luke Cornett, he's got to be respected. No pun intended, but you got to respect that boy because he guarded the rim. He played inspired ball, okay? And so what is it we're going to need to do? Well, we kind of got the Luke Cornett neutralizer in Mitchell Robinson. So this is the key. The Knicks, again, it comes back to this. Got to get stops. The key to getting stops is making sure you shut down Derrick White and making sure you shut down Payton Pritchard. Somebody might ask, well, what about Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown is really good. He's going to go off. They're paying him $300 million for a reason. But again, I'm not as worried. Even in the win that they just had, which Jaylen Brown had his best game. And this is the thing about Jaylen Brown. Honestly, I feel like Jaylen Brown relents to Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is the acknowledged leader of this team. So Jaylen Brown probably defers. That's the word I'm looking for. Defers to Jason Tatum. But when Tatum is out, it's like somebody let Brown out because now he could go off. Becomes the main guy, and it's a different game. So, but even in the last game, Jaylen Brown only took 5 threes. See, look, Derrick White took 13. Pritchard took 14. See, they're going to shoot most of the threes. Everybody else takes 2, 3, and then, or whatever, like Horford took 3, Porzingis 2, Holiday 3. Rest of them are like that. Hauser even took 5. No, but it's Pritchard and White that's taking most of your threes. Even in a game where Brown was going off, he had 26. He only took 5 threes. So Brown is more of a danger going to the basket than he is from 3. I still believe that. So he went 3 of 5, which is nice shooting. But I'm not worried about him beating us. I'm not. I'm more concerned with Derrick White beating us and Pritchard beating us with threes. When the Celtics, who are shooting, over 40 threes a game in this series, and for the season average 48, when they shooting 49 threes, which they did the other night, out of those 49 threes, 27 of them was from them 2 guys, Pritchard and White. So you take off 27 from 49, you got 22 threes. Okay, the rest of the team. So that means if you shut these 2 boys down, you're shutting off Boston's 3-point attack. Okay? I'm not worried about Sam Hauser. I'm not saying you don't need to guard him. You do. The Knicks need to guard. But focus on where Derrick White is at all times. If Pritchard starts, which he didn't. The other night they started Porzingis. I don't know if that remains the same since Porzingis is obviously dealing with this illness he's been dealing with. But if so, then Pritchard will come off the bench. But if Pritchard is starting, that becomes Josh Hart's guy. And Josh Hart has got to know where that fool is all the time. Either Josh Hart or Mikal Bridges. Boston offense consists of 1 million picks, which, it's good offense. But you got to be able to switch. They're going to try to switch and get Brunson on people. That's what they're going to want to do. They're going to want Brunson on Brown, Brunson on White, Brunson on Pritchard. That's what they're going to want. Brunson will hang in there if the refs don't take over the game and cause him to be in foul trouble early. That's another huge thing. So, to get stops, there's 2 things. That's one. Focus on White. Focus on Pritchard. Make sure you're shutting them down. And let me tell you, one thing about Tom Thibodeau, when he decides, this is the guy, they can shut that guy down. Okay? This is the guy we got to guard? Okay. Usually in those scenarios, you're going to get OG. But because Brown is so physical, you're going to probably want OG on Brown. But OG will be switched on them other fools too, because like I said, they all run a lot of switching. So anybody in there can be guarding them, but the whole unit will be focused on Derrick White. You might even see Derrick White get some doubles thrown at him to get the ball out of his hand. Treat that fool like Stephen Curry, okay, or Jason Tatum. That's your new Tatum tonight. If they do that, you got a good shot here. Second thing, they have got to recover quickly on the defensive end. In other words, they can't be allowing Boston to get easy baskets. They have to get back on defense. This has got to be a focus. Usually in a Tom Thibodeau coach team, you don't have to worry about that. But, they've been not, in these 2 losses, it's been a problem. Now, again, you got to consider the intensity of the playoffs, right? It's usually a half-court game, but this is the New York Knicks and this is Tom Thibodeau's. So get back on defense. Now, those are the 2 things as far as that. Getting stops by keying on Derrick White and Payton Pritchard and getting back on defense, getting back in defense position quickly. Those 2 things. Once you are getting stops, you must make sure Gato touches the basketball. Cat has got to get his touches today. He cannot have 11 touches. He's got to get it, up there. Well, he's got to be close to whatever Jalen Brunson is doing. Okay, you got to. That's got to be the situation. Whatever Jalen Brunson is doing, that's what Karl Anthony Towns should be doing. So it should be very close. Brunson will probably get more shots because he's the head of the snake, but it's got to be close. So right now in this series, Towns is averaging 15 shots a game and shooting 49% from the field and 37% from 3. This is for the playoffs. So that's about what he needs. 15 shots, not 11. He needs 15 shots. Brunson is averaging 23 shots a game. Okay, he's shooting 7 or 8 threes a game and hitting 3 of them. And Towns is shooting 4 threes a game, hitting 1 of them. So 1 or 2. You gotta get Towns some more shots for several reasons. Number 1, offensively, even a team like Boston, which is the best defensive team the Knicks have faced this season, they can't guard him. Harford can't guard him. Luke Cornett can't guard him. Brown can't guard him. Nobody on Boston could guard him. Gotta get him the basketball. What they are doing is forcing Towns away from the basket. The Knicks have been setting Towns up close to the basket because Boston is usually putting a smaller guy on him. They can continue to do that, but they have to make sure they do it consistently. He's got to see that basketball. So if you get him the ball on that block, and he's got, I don't know, let's say he's got, if he got Hauser on him, or he's got Brown on him, or he's got Holiday on him, they can't guard him. And so Towns has to be patient. He has to do a little Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson doesn't get rushed when he has the ball. He doesn't get rushed. Towns should be the same. Do not get rushed. Look and see what your move is. Make your move quickly and go over these guys with your strength and athleticism. No stupid fouls. One of the things Tibbs did allude to after the game, he said, how come you didn't have Cat in the game more? And he said, because he's in foul trouble. And the way he said that, it was a diss on Cat, because Cat got some stupid fouls that puts him out the game. And I mean stupid fouls. It wasn't like a bad ref call. He pushed one guy. He bows another guy while he's going to the basket. He hooks another guy. You can't do that stupidness. You got to play the game straight. He's got enough talent to just overwhelm the Celtics if he just takes his time and plays his game. Okay? And I think he will. I think he probably gets talked to by Tibbs already, and I think he will. He understands he can't be in foul trouble. He has to be on the floor. So, offensively, Towns needs the basketball. What that does is open up Brunson for one-on-one coverage, and there's no guy in the Celtics or in any team that could actually guard Jalen Brunson one-on-one. Not for long, okay? Brunson's going to run through picks. He's going to get the ball in the spot he wants to, and he's going to do business in his office. So that's good. The rest of it, yes, we'd like to see OG give us some offense, but I'd rather see OG guard Brown, get stops, okay? They're going to do the hack a Mitch, but please stop. I wish people would stop buying into the brainwashing media. Hack a Mitch ain't doing nothing to us. Even when he's missing, it ain't hurting us, okay? Because he brings so much to the table on defense, rim protection, and rebounding, especially offensive rebounding. So hack a Mitch, it don't mean nothing. Stop worrying about that. And then he hit his 6 foul shots last game anyway. But even if he didn't, it's not something we need to be focused on. Somebody said, what's the strategy against hack a Mitch? The strategy is just play ball. That's the strategy. Just play basketball. That's all. Okay? So I ain't worried about hack a Mitch. But we got the antidote for Cornette behind with him. Okay? So here's the key offensively. Towns gets touches. Towns doesn't cause stupid fouls to get himself out the game. Towns takes his time and looks and see what he got when he gets the ball on the low block. If he gets the ball above the 3-point line, we know he can let it go. Let it go. Okay? So that's what we need tonight. Brunson needs to he's going to have the ball. He's going to get a lot of shots, especially third and fourth quarter. But in the beginning of the game, let's get Towns going. Okay? Everybody else, make sure you get a stop. Make sure you know where your man is. Period. Mikal, Hart, make sure you know where your man is. Now, offensively, they're going to let Hart shoot. Hart shot 5 of 9 the last time in threes. That's better than 50%. So he's doing good with his open threes. And he knows they're going to let him shoot. That's no problem. So you want to do that? Okay, we could do that. But the key, stop Derrick White. Stop Payton Pritchard. Don't worry about Brown, except to have OG on him whenever you can. Offensively, Towns touches the basketball a lot. Okay? Towns touches the ball. Towns doesn't do stupid fouls. Towns stays on the floor, takes his time, and makes his moves. Okay? And then, of course, Brunson plays more off ball, gets through picks, and does what he does. We do these things, especially defensively, because getting stops is the key. Everything opens up offensively when the Knicks are able to get stops. Some of y'all still don't understand that, but that is the key here. So stopping White, stopping Pritchard, especially if they're throwing up threes. If they're jacking up threes, 27, 30 threes between the two of them and missing, we good. We good. Then we just got to get the ball. We got to get that loose, get that off that defensive rebound and go. And we'll get that for most of the time. So that's the key here. So they got to stick to this game plan. And I'm pretty sure what I just gave you is going to be their game plan. And so when they do that, they should be in good shape. They have to do that, though. I'm going to tell you something that's going to sound weird to you. But if the Knicks get a big lead early, don't relax. Just like what happened to the Celtics, it could happen back to the Knicks. If they get a big lead early, you gotta keep your foot in the gas. That's actually sometimes harder than coming from behind for the Knicks. I don't know why it is, but it is. They get a big lead early, don't relax. The Celtics will make a run. If the Celtics get a big lead early, I'm not worried about it, especially if Jalen Brunson's in the game. I wasn't worried about it the other night, but Tony Brunson and them took Brunson out the game. That was the problem. They took him out the game in Boston. I don't know about the gambling part, but they better Knicks. The league better look at this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna wait till 9 o'clock this morning. It's before 9 right now, and I want to see who these refs are tonight, because I don't want to see this shenanigans no more. Okay, this is this was too obvious. 5 fouls in a quarter for Jalen Brunson, one of the smartest players in the NBA. So that's what we need to win this game tonight. Derrick White needs to be shut down. Payton Pritchard needs to be shut down. They don't have to shut down Jaylen Brown. Just limit him to his norm. If he gets 25, 30, that's no problem. We're not worried about him. Okay? Cat needs more than 11 touches. He needs his average. He needs at least 15. Make sure he touches the basketball. Cat needs to be smart and not stupid in terms of stupid fouls. And then Brunson needs to be Brunson. And we should be all right. You all enjoyed the game tonight. I won't be watching it live. I'll be seeing the replay. But I'm sure I'll know, because if the Knicks win that game, I'll be hearing the cheers from Madison Square Garden all the way down here to Florida. That's for sure. But enjoy the game. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Sure.